I really don't like Reddit. It may be the best search engine for user-generated content, with thousands of dedicated experts ready and willing to give their opinion on just about anything, but it's also kind of awful. I'm not talking about Reddit pages like r/n or r/n. Those are well documented by other creators. Many Kudos video from 5 years ago still holds up well. But what I'll be discussing is the relationship between social media sites and legacy media. News channels have long been criticised for giving their viewers a distorted perspective on what the world is like. If there's a homicide in Australia, I'll probably hear about it if I turn on the news. Melbourne is dying! ABC reporter ridiculed for mocking Melbourne's crime crisis. So according to these Sky News journos, the crime rate is out of control, to the point that even the government has acknowledged it. Let's have a look. There's 27 million people here, and we have a death rate of about 500 people a day, with a shockingly low crime rate. Don't believe me? Here's a graph. This data is from the OECD, link in the description below if you want to check my sources, and this is only counting homicides. Crime statistics often show averages between different crimes, and it gets very complicated and political quickly, so that's why I haven't included it. We're right in the middle in terms of homicides when compared to countries with notoriously low crime rates. Now look at this graph. The United States has a very different crime problem to Australia, and it's not just that they have guns either. Now look at this graph. Editor's note, I couldn't actually highlight Australia here because the bar was too small. These are proportionate to population. I had to do so much math. If you look at the graph, Victoria, that's where Melbourne is, isn't very high at all. In fact, many of these pale in comparison to the Northern Territory. The NT is known for having a high crime rate, as well as a fundamentally bigoted police force. So how many murders were there in the NT in 2024? 9, 7 of which were linked to family or domestic violence. You'll see this if you go into the data. A huge percentage of homicides are from domestic violence. Going back to Victoria, with the NT removed, the difference between states is hardly noticeable at all. For the sake of informing you properly, here's a graph of the population of the states and territories I've listed. I'm not arguing that we don't have crime or homicides, or that it isn't a problem, but these Slop articles are not accurate to reality whatsoever.
Motor theft is up 42%.
Motor vehicle theft peaked in Victoria in 2001, with 40,000 reported incidents. In 2024, the number was 22,000. That's nearly half. The number has increased since COVID, and not by a small amount, but is it enough to say that Melbourne is dying?
Every night at the moment, I seem to sit here and bring you yet another horror crime story. Victoria's unemployment is the worst in the nation.
This is actually correct, but again, what does it have to do with out of control crime? Being poor is not a crime. Night after night,
every night,
these channels pump out doomer slop on the airwaves, YouTube, and just about anywhere they can. I focused on legacy media, but they're just a part of the problem. The slopaverse is what I'm calling this new kind of media cycle. Traditional media post their usual dribble, people comment under the videos, which drives engagement, which means that more people see the videos and more of those people comment. Those angry commenters spread across the internet, places like Reddit, Twitter, and then they make their own social media posts about the state of the world and politics. They get comments from that, those comments drive engagement, which means more people see the post, and so more people comment, and then Sky News and other channels like it have more content to post about. It's a cycle. How many times have you seen an article that's just, look at what this guy said on Facebook?
I was phoned by a parent this afternoon to tell me that this is going on in their particular area, a Catholic school in the Hills district where they do have a furry. It is a dog. The students have been instructed that when this child barks like a dog, they are to act as though this is completely normal. This is also occurring in Brisbane. They have placed litter boxes in the classrooms for them. It is a disgrace.
Apparently there's something like 1 billion hits on our different forms of social media, and we've had hundreds and hundreds of comments from people who have had some exposure to furries. It's part of Education Department policy that if a child comes to school as a dog or a cat, or a boy one day, a girl the next day, the teachers are not allowed to say a word.
Oh, so this isn't really about so-called furries, is it?
I'm not advocating for you to abstain from current affairs entirely, nor should you forego your internet connection altogether, but I encourage you to be mindful about what you consume. Current affairs and the discussion around it often tries to evoke these feelings. That drives engagement, which is the whole point of making articles to begin with. I know this sounds obvious, but you should only consume content that you benefit from consuming. Is it educational, informative, or entertaining? If something doesn't serve you, then it is pointless. If it harms you, then do something about it.